Hello everyone and welcome back to Amity Bloom. My name is Nazy and today I'm going to be showing you how you can collage fabric onto paper tags. Now the tags that I'm going to be using are tags that I'm making myself, but you can of course use any type of tag from any scrapbooking company, or if you already have some pre-made tags at home. I am showing you how I like to collage some simple paper tags that take only a couple minutes of time, basically using up your scraps. Nothing fancy, no fancy die cut machines, no fancy paper, just stuff that you have on hand. So for this first tag, I am using, of course, the Holy Grail, some book paper as our background. Of course, accompanying it with some music paper. You'll see throughout the video that my favorite background paper to begin with is book pages or music paper because it's a very neutral kind of blank template that you can then add color on top of. As you can see here on the bottom, I'm actually using a new product that will be in the Amity Bloom shop very soon. In a couple of days you will find out what it is, but if you can guess by the video, it has to do with fabric. So now I'm taking some more of my paper scraps and I'm collaging the other sides of the tag to kind of give balance to the lower portion of the tag. Since it's a big little chunk of some really pretty flowers, I wanted to contrast that and include different types of scraps all throughout and around the sides of the tag. Now I'm introducing a different type of color, which is more cool tones. As you can see, it was pretty pink, and I wanted it to look vintage and cute and not necessarily like a princess theme. So layering and adding different tones of other colors really helps enhance the card even more, and sticking to pastel tones. That is a tip that I have, is if you begin with pastel tones, end with pastel tones, and if you are going to add a strong color, make sure it's like a focal point or something that you want to stand out, like that little mini floral fabric piece that I added. It kind of looks like a cute little stamp. And I'm finishing off with some typewriter font script that says beautiful, and in the bottom I felt like I needed to balance out the collage even more. I really regret not using that little piece of fabric that you see me trying to work with. I instead settled for a sticker in the same color tone that you see me work with the tag in pink, just trying to stay safe. I was a little bit scared to introduce two different colors, which was orange and yellow, but now I regret it and I wish I did. But that's the beauty of crafting, is that there's no rules, and even if you regret a mistake, you can fix it in the end, or you can create another one and start all over. So now for the second tag, I am choosing an orange background, as you can see, and of course the rule of thumb, start with a blank white or cream or tan template. So here I'm using some vintage recipe typewriter paper. That's one of my favorites. I absolutely am obsessed with this type of paper for collaging. And then I'm actually taking a scrap of like a planner page, these lined papers that they sell at Target for planing. So I cut up one of those from my planner drawer as a scrap. And then this time I am introducing that beautiful floral fabric. So I'm just deciding on where to put it, and I think on the edge was perfect because I wanted to contrast the vertical and horizontal pattern of the tag. Reaching into my little scrap pile, I chose that same piece of paper that we used on the previous tag, but flipped it, since on the back was this really pretty pastel mint gingham design, and I thought it brought the mint and the turquoise from that lower portion of the paper and transferred it to the other side of the tag, just so that we have an even color all around. And now I'm using a little scrap of some really old vintage music paper. It actually breaks if you bend it, so I had to be very careful. And I included it on the top just to bring different color tones. And in the lower portion, I thought it would be really cute to add some pink tones at the bottom. And that pink piece of paper was actually from a sticky note from the Target dollar spot. So now moving on to these next two tags, I wanted to show you the difference between working with pastel and darker and more brighter colors. You can use the same techniques and get two different, very, very different results, but still looking absolutely beautiful. As you can see with the blue tag, I'm sticking with the blue and the cool tones, and I decided to use that beautiful fabric that I am obsessed with that has some really pretty florals, and I am accenting those florals by bringing in more red, adding that cute little square of some red fabric, but I thought it was too bland. I needed to have something in the background so that it wouldn't just be right in your face. So obviously the rule of thumb, add some book paper. When in doubt, just add book paper and it kind of blends everything together. Or you could use some other types of blue papers to kind of bring in the colors of the blue tag and make it flow and blend really well together. And then at the very top, I thought it would be cute to enforce the top portion where I make the hole punch with some paper, just to bring in the mint from the bottom border. So now moving on to the red tag, I knew I needed to make this fabric shine. The floral design is one of my favorites, and if you're thinking that these fabrics look familiar, I actually used them to create the floral fabric journal that is in the giveaway and that I have a tutorial for. But I wanted to make them shine in the tags as well. So here I am using some antique music paper, the one that breaks. As you can see, I was trying to cover up that little breakage that I had by using some scraps. This is why I tell you guys time and time, please don't throw away your scraps. They are lifesavers when you're trying to create really cute little mini collages, either in tags or in your journal or for card making. You can see that just the tiniest little bit of mint paper, of orange paper, and of that really pretty pattern paper, it adds more dimension and it brings in different colors and patterns to the tag without going crazy. So now I have placed my fabric where I wanted it to be. As you can see, the focal point is that big floral fabric, but I wanted to emphasize the reds and the pinks a little bit more, and I included little tiny squares of fabric to give them kind of like a quilted tag look. I am obsessed with that really cute and eclectic quilted look when it comes to journals, when it comes to tags, and especially in this style, which is very fun and florally, if that's even a word, florally. So moving on to two different tags, these are a lot smaller than the rest, and these are white. So I wanted to show you how you can collage on top of something that is extremely basic and bland, such as a white paper. I personally don't like the look of stark white paper, so I tend to add or collage on top of it different shades of white that are a little bit warmer. Not too warm and tan colored that it looks like a huge and major difference of contrast in the colors, but as you can see, I am using papers that are slightly warmer, such as the vintage typewriter recipe paper or the scrapbook paper, and it kind of blends into the stark white. Now I'm using some washi tape at the bottom, and I'm trying to contrast the colors even more by adding little scraps of paper, sticking to the pink, the yellows, the blues, and pastel tones. And then I am adding that little piece of fabric that I adore because of the beautiful floral. I wanted to make that the focal point. So stick to pastels, and then if you want to add some color, add it as the focal point. Moving on to the last and final tag, it was very small. It was about 2 inches long, so I knew I couldn't collage multiple papers on top of it, so I decided to just focus on fabric and make that my focal point. However, looking back, this was my least favorite tag because I played it safe and I just stuck to the same colors. If you take a look at all the other tags, I included blues, yellows, pinks, complementary colors, and contrasting colors. But with that one, I just stayed neutral, but still nonetheless, they are all my favorite. And as you can see here, they are so pretty. They look so cute together. It's kind of like a mosaic of fabric and papers coming and uniting very well together. So here I'm showing you how no matter the color that's on the tag, it still goes well with the page. I was baffled by every single tag matched the page perfectly, and it all goes back to the rule of colors. If you stick to using colors that make you happy and you keep repeating them time and time again in different ways and different techniques and layering them differently, they all end up matching really well. So this was a lot of fun, seeing all of the different ways that you could use the tags as pockets, as little text spots, as little flip outs, and seeing how well the color, even that stark blue, contrasts really well with the pastels. And then you can see the really pretty florals that I used in the tabs are the same on the tags. So it was a lot of fun to go through the journal that I'm actually giving away, and I might include a couple of those tags in the journal just as another extra thank you. I create tags quite frequently, and I have a huge little pile that I might share with you guys eventually, but I am obsessed with them, and I think I have too many for my own good. I love making, creating, and utilizing tags so much because it's a great way of portable journaling and of making your journaling interactive and collaging in a smaller scale and getting comfortable with collaging. So if you guys like these types of videos where I collage on tags, let me know in the comments below and I will make sure to film more videos like this because I have a huge stack of handmade collage tags that I just haven't shared because I didn't know if anyone was interested. but I think they're just so pretty and so cute and so fun to create. And you can create them in various styles, really bright and floral or even vintage and distressed. And here's a little sneak peek to the product that you will be learning a little bit more about tomorrow. I cannot wait. I'm so excited to finally be able to share, and I want to thank you guys so much for your kind and loving words. I am full of happiness with reading all of your kind comments, and it makes me so happy learning that my videos bring you happiness as well, and it's just a full circle of kindness and love in this amazing community. So I truly hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys create your own collaged paper and fabric tags. And of course, until next time, my wonderful family, I hope that your day is filled with an abundance of peace and love. Bye-bye, and see you soon.